Hi, Sean. How's it going? Welcome to Grue.
Thank you. Thanks, Rocco. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, the first thing I wanted to ask you is you got a a film that's coming out June 9th, and can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to want to write and make the film?
Sure. So producers Dave Pedersen and Jeff Mann uh, came to me with an idea about film on income inequality, and then basically I thought it was a great idea. It was back in like '08, '09 when we had during the financial crisis,
Mhm.
when the banks got bailed out and the rest of us got screwed. Um, and then, my family immigrated from Ireland, and they were able to, in one generation, go from extreme poverty and make it into the middle class. Um,
Okay.
and and I'm seeing that being eroded for future generations and currently. So in the
Yeah.
last 45, 50 years, it has been eroded, that path, and the middle class itself. So I think it's really important to get this film out there so that we can resurrect the middle class and resurrect the path to the middle class.
Yeah, definitely. And like I saw I saw like clips of the film and stuff and what the film is, and it definitely hits home because I'm middle middle class too, and I work a regular 9 to 5 job during the week, and it's hard for the average working man to have his head above water, like with bills and anything else that comes out. And, even if you want to go out and have dinner, like you always have to watch like how much money you're spending, and you're constantly watching your like dollars. And that's how it is for like most pe- people that are working.
Yeah, it's basically 80 or 90% of the whole country is either being able to watch what they're spending to stay in the middle class, or doesn't have any money at all to spend,
Yeah.
which is even worse. And there's no going out. Yeah, so it's such an important thing to make people aware of, because just going around the country and meeting all these people, and these are good people working hard, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, scraping it together, and
Mhm.
they don't know why they can't make it, you know, and they don't realize they've been bullied and conned, and it's really a rigged system. And it used to not be. I mean, it used to be a long, long time ago, and then we were able to in the '30s really fight back against that, and I think
Oh,
it's time to fight back against that again.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. There should be, I mean, you shouldn't wake up worrying about like where your next dollar is coming from and where your next meal is coming from. Like everyone should be feeling better and should actually have money in their pocket to actually do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when we see the trends of um, productivity, profitability, and minimum wage, you know, for so many years from the '30s, it all went together, and then about 1980, it broke away, and the minimum wage fell, the
Mhm.
middle class fell, and profitability and productivity kept going up. So a very few amount of people, thousands really, extracted $50 trillion from
Wow.
the middle and working classes.
Oh,
There should
wow.
be plenty of money for all of us. And it was planned, and it was funded. and the lobbyists installed the people in Congress and more importantly the judges to undo those things that made the middle class great.
Wow. And another thing you touch on is artificial intelligence, and we're starting to see a rise in it now, and they're making newer models. And I think you're right. In like what you said, another 30 years, 50 years, like, or even sooner, dude, they're gonna have our jobs and more, because they're making them very smart, and it's only a matter of time. It's like those films Arnold was in, the Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, it's really scary. We kind of locked picture in the fall, and the projections were then that about 47% of all American jobs are at high risk of being eliminated in this decade, so by 2030. Now we're thinking, because a lot's happened just since the fall, that maybe those are significantly underestimates. IBM, the CEO of IBM, a month ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago, said that he's going to eliminate all jobs that AI can replace this year.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. And he said it out loud and proudly.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow. Like I didn't even know that. Damn.
It's scary. It's scary. And, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Now, I don't know, AI might be a bad thing no matter what, but as far as jobs go, if we could make a system where it's more fair, that we don't have like 7 trillionaires and everyone else is homeless,
Exactly.
then I think some aspects of these things could be good. But right in the current system we have right now, it's not going to end well.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
And what do you love most about your film, about making the film for everyone to see?
I think, seeing the activists who are on the ground and are hopeful and are tenacious and they're not giving up and they're making progress, like what's happening in Minnesota right now. But, especially Chris Smalls and his team, they're like 7 to 10 people, right? Went up against the richest man at the time of the world, one of the biggest employers in America, and did the biggest unionization in 75 years, and they won. And that gives me great hope. We can do it. We did it in this country before. We changed it all up, and we can do it again. And we just have to do it. We can't get cynical and depressed, and we have to make it happen, because it's on our watch. If we let it happen, it's on us. So we have to fight back against it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And by making this film and having it coming out soon, in another few days, it's going to be playing everywhere. Like, when the fans go to see the film, like, what do you hoping that they get from watching it?
That we can do something about it, that we've done it before, that we can do it now, and that we have to get to work. And there is hope. And, people don't have to suffer.
Mhm.
And, and that this will educate them to show what has happened and how we can undo it.
And the film comes out June 9th. And where will the film be playing? As it playing all over the world?
So it's going to be in theaters on the 9th through the 15th in New York and LA. I'm not sure when it's going to be shown, but it's going to be streaming everywhere on June 13th. And then we have dates. You can go to our website at www.americonned.com and see where to see it, either locally near you or pick it up at one of like 7 different streamers, including
Okay.
Apple and iTunes.
Oh, wow. Okay. And this question has nothing to do with the film, but I always ask it because my show is like very, very horror based. Are there any horror films that you like to watch?
I always loved the Exorcist. I
Yes.
saw it when I was really young. It really, and I was kind of a horror junkie through the 80s.
Oh, same.
So I saw a lot of different stuff, but what stands out to me as just Omen too, but really The Exorcist kind of blew me away.
Oh my God, that's so freaky, that movie. Even watching it back now, I'm like, damn, yeah, this
Yeah,
really does last the test of time.
yeah. And Pet Cemetery. So my cousin looked like the little kid, and my cat looked like the cat, and me and my sister were like, "Oh my God!" Like, we like ran out of the house. So it's pretty funny.
And my last question I'm going to ask you is
Mhm.
basically where can fans follow you at?
Yeah. So on Instagram is probably the best place. Sarah Sank, SERASANC. Or you could search for my name, Sean Claffey. But Instagram is probably where I'm on the most.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for taking time out and doing this.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Definitely. But